finance at Indiana University broke down the economic scale of Caitlyn Clark, who is just a phenomenon. So she generated last year 26.5% as a rookie on a terrible team. 26.5% of the economic activity in the league. Listen to some of these numbers. Her stardom, not slowing down. The Fever averaged more than the Pacers did per game. Throughout the league, if she played in your town, attendance for the league rose 30%. The valuation of the Fever, $90 million for the Fever before she arrived, now $340 million. That's 4 times valuation increase. LeBron didn't do that when he went back to Cleveland. He certainly didn't do it going to Miami or the Lakers. MJ didn't do that with the Bulls. We're talking one player. She is Steve Jobs. She's taking an insolvent company and turning it into a powerhouse. So listen to this. WNBA merchandise exploded. 500% increase. That's one player. I mean, literally half the merchandise in the league she's selling. So you better get comfortable with the fact that if she comes to your arena, ticket prices will jump 140%. She will be more popular than your entire roster. So, and my take is ride the wave. Enjoy the fruits. Be grateful. You went commercial to private. Now, we can go back to flying Spirit Airlines, but nothing kills team spirit like flying Spirit. So you got to come to grips with it. She is not only transcendent, she is transformational. She has changed the league. And Hollywood has always understood this. The actors and the directors have always understood this. The bigger the stars, the better the catering. Egg rolls for everybody. Chicken and beef options. So this is a whole different ballgame we're talking about. These numbers, she is mission very possible. What you are seeing now is, I don't even think the PGA with Tiger exploded like this. I mean, these numbers are insane. And, you know, I was talking to a group of people last night that aren't sports fans. And they asked, like, how long will it last? And what do you make of it? My take is, well, think about how deep the reservoir of men's basketball talent is in the world. I mean, you know, you can go to Spain, Lithuania, you can go anywhere. You can go anywhere in the United States. You can go to Portugal. There's talent everywhere in the world for men's basketball. And men's basketball has been ahead of women's basketball my entire life. Is that we've never found a duplicate for Steph Curry. We never have. Nobody plays like him. Nobody looks like him. Nobody shoots like him. In women's basketball, and as great as Curry is, he wasn't the best player in the league. He was the most transformational. People take shots now they wouldn't have considered. But we've never found a duplicate in the men's game for Steph Curry. The gap between Caitlyn and anything resembling her is Curry fourfold. So it's not going to end. This is at the beginning of it. The professor states that there's a chance she will have $1 billion economic impact for the WNBA this year. Again, ride the wave. People enter your life all the time and make it better. Thank them. J-Mac with the...
Yeah. I feel so validated here because this is what I've been saying. I've been saying this from the jump. She is bigger. That's right. She is bigger than Michael Jordan, than Tiger Woods, than Serena Williams, than LeBron James. Like all of these players. That's right. I keep trying to drive that point home. That what we're witnessing is just larger than life. Because people keep saying, oh, this reminds me of when Tiger entered the tour and this or that. And it's just like, I get that. And I'm not downplaying what Tiger Woods did. Tiger Woods is why I even thought, even remotely thought about golf and wanted to go to play golf and go to golf camp and do weird stuff like that. But it's just like what Caitlyn Clark is doing is something that we've truly never seen before. And Colin brings up like, oh, Steph Curry, with all this pool, we've never seen someone like Steph or whatever. And it's true. And this is what I was saying to my dad recently, where I was like, Caitlyn Clark is existing in a league where they're you know, when Steph Curry entered the league, there had already been Magic Johnson, Larry Bird, Wilt, Michael Jordan, LeBron, Kobe, Shaq, like all of these other larger than life people. You know, LeBron enters the league. Kobe, Shaq, MJ, like, you know, all the same players that I just listed. And we can keep now going on and on and on. It's like if Michael Jordan entered the league and there was no one else, literally non-existent. Like this isn't going to end because it's not a fad. It's a movement. It's a movement. Even a phenomenon feels like it's temporary, you know, like a natural phenomenon that kind of just like comes and goes and happens. And, you know, like when things get so popular, it does feel, you know, it's we live in a world where things come and go quickly, right? Like everything always kind of feels like a fad. You know, whatever it may be, movies, celebrities, songs, you know, pop stars, like whatever. Things always come and go. Steph Curry is nowhere near as popular today as he was in, say, 2016, 2017 or something. He's obviously so wildly popular, but it doesn't feel like, you know, a movement per se. Caitlyn Clark transcends all of that. She transcends all of that. I mean, it is a movement, and this is just the very beginning of her career. I mean, strap in. We as long as she stays healthy, we are set up for like a decade of this, and it will only get bigger. It's a snowball effect. It's synergistically. Like, it's just going to get bigger and bigger and bigger, and she's only going to get better and better and better, which will then also feed her to get more and more popular. And when people also realize, make no mistake about it, how much money they can make in all of this, it's also going to grow bigger and bigger and bigger. So you're going to see so much more behind it, which will then continue to feed it back, right? You know, it's like the snake eating its tail. It just keeps going and going and going and going and going. So there is no end in sight. And when it says, can Caitlyn's impact on the league be measured? Yes and no. Yes and no. You know, for some of the things that he was able to measure, but it's really beyond that when you also try to figure out the impact that you're having on all of these people, because they want to measure money and ratings and popularity and that type of stuff, but you can't really measure the feeling that people have when they're watching these games, the conversations that are being had, who it inspires, who it motivates, you know, how it changes the lives of people and their approach. And not only now is Caitlyn Clark doing what she's doing in 2025, but I guarantee you, because of Caitlyn Clark and how she's playing and what she's doing, you are absolutely positively inspiring some 4-year-old girl right now who can barely dribble a basketball to be the greatest that she could be. So you are now single-handedly, because of Caitlyn Clark, in about a decade or so, I guess, decade and a half, you know, something in that range, you are going to have such a greater significant pool of players that are now going to play, because they're going to play at a higher level. They're going to see what's possible. They're going to work harder. They're going to be inspired. They're going to be motivated. There's a reason why we even see the all-time greats in the NBA consistently be like, man, MJ. I mean, LeBron James literally was 23 because of MJ. Kobe was always trying to chase MJ. Allen Iverson, I mean, a lot of it is MJ. Allen Iverson trying to, you know, inspired, you know, wanted to be like Mike. Like, all of these guys growing up as kids are like, I want to be like that. And if you don't have that to chase after, it's a lot harder. It's a lot harder. I'm making these videos right now, you know, trying to grow a channel. And, you know, without a Colin Cowherd, without a Nick Wright, without a Brew, without a lot of these guys, like, I don't know what my target, what I'm looking for. You know, they give me a target to be like, this is what's possible. This is what I want to be. This is how they approach it. This is how I want to approach it. So Caitlyn Clark is now giving that to literally millions upon millions upon millions upon millions upon millions of girls. so we can actually get to a point where the WNBA and women's basketball as a whole is like actually really, really high quality and great ball. And don't come at me and say, well, it already is. People just weren't watching. No, it's not. No, it's not. Even on Indiana Fever right now, there's still games where still moments where I'm just like, where did you think that was a good shot? How did you possibly think you were going to make that layup? It's physically impossible. Like literally, we can get a physicist over here to show you that it's literally not possible to make that layup. Why are you shooting? What are you doing? And Caitlyn Clark's going to change that. Caitlyn Clark is going to change all of that. So it's not even just popularity. It's not even just money. She's going to actually elevate the league beyond just her. Because for the first time, the WNBA truly, I know there's been other great players in the past, not Caitlyn Clark. The WNBA has never truly had their Larry Bird, their Magic Johnson, their Wilt Chamberlain, their Jordan, their LeBron, their Kobe, their Steph. They didn't have any of that. None of that. You could force it all you want, and you can name all the other names. Like, well, so-and-so was always really good. It's not this. It's not this. And not to mention, they also weren't watching as much as they were this. You know, I'm sure there was another Michael Jordan in, Bermuda that nobody knows. You know, I can guarantee that there's other players that could have been better than the LeBrons of the world. But nobody knows who they are because they live in some remote place wherever that just they can never really become what they could have become. You know, they were just born in the wrong place at the wrong time, honestly. Caitlyn Clark was born in the right place at the right time. And she's taking over everything. Everything. That's why I'm always at a loss for the comparisons because I'm just like, no, she's beyond MJ. She's beyond LeBron. She's beyond Kobe. She's beyond Shaq. She's beyond Steph. She's beyond Tiger Woods. She's beyond Serena Williams. She's beyond Simone Biles. She's beyond all of that. And there are powers that be that want to push back on that. And it's just like, you can do it all you want. You're going to be the one being left behind. So that's up to you. Be my guest. But those are just my thoughts. I'd absolutely love to hear yours. What do you guys all think about Caitlyn Clark and her massive impact on not only just the WNBA, but the world, really? I mean, that's the reality of the situation here. Let me know in the comments below. I read every single comment. So whether you agree with me or disagree with me, either way, let's get in some discussions. Let's get in some fights. But ultimately, let's just have some fun. And please do consider subscribing. We are building an amazing community here, and I absolutely love to see you part of it. I want to build something that we all genuinely feel connected to. Something that we're really excited to be part of. I think we're on our way to doing it. And please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, as it really does help with the visibility and the algorithm. Thank you so much. See you next time.